Ron Dellums grew up on Wood Street in West Oakland, attended Oakland schools and graduated from Oakland Technical High School, Merritt College, San Francisco, and UC Berkeley. Mayor Dellums served 2 years active duty in the United States Marine Corps. In 1967, he was elected to the Berkeley City Council, and in 1970 to the U.S. House of Representatives. He represented Oakland, Berkeley, and surrounding areas in Congress for 28 years. That is just too fabulous. Great. He became chair of the House DC Committee and chair of the House Armed Services Committee. He was drafted to run for mayor of Oakland. You mean you didn't want this job? He was drafted to run for mayor of Oakland in 2006 and was sworn in as our 48th mayor on Monday, January 8th, 2007. Mayor Dellums is an internationally recognized leader in the areas of environment, labor, consumer rights, and civil rights. He continues to lead in these areas and has prioritized global climate change in his administration by helping to launch the Oakland Green Job Corps partnership with the Ella Baker Center in 2007. And this is a program to train a new workforce for green industries. Locally, Mayor Dellums spearheaded the Oakland Partnership. The Oakland Partnership is the administration's flagship economic initiative with the 5-year goal of creating 10,000 jobs in Oakland. The Oakland Partnership Green Cluster recommendations underscore the notion that Oakland and the region can be the center for green innovation by capturing emerging green technology industries and helping to find capital for startup companies that respond to the growing demand for energy-saving products and services. And now, it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Mayor of Oakland, Ronald V. Dellums.
First of all, I'd like to thank my friend for a very kind and generous introduction. To my distinguished colleagues of the dais, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers, members of all the various chambers of commerce, to our young members of the Oakland Youth Commission, thank you for your tireless work on behalf of this generation. And I did meet a couple of young students from Skyline High School. Where are you? Right here? Stand up, let them see you. Thank you. I might just say to all of you, to you young people here, while you may be the youngest in the room, this room is in large measure gathered in your name, because what we do and what we have to do is to turn over a community and a world worthy of you, and so that's what all this is about. On the program, Dan Lindheim, the city administrator, and Walter Cohen, our community and economic development administrator, were supposed to be on the schedule, but at no urging of mine, they both yielded their time to me. So that'll give me a few more moments to chat with you. It is my great hope that whatever powers that are larger than me and us in this room, that I have the ability to communicate to you what is in my head and what is in my heart. First, I'd just like to begin by saying just a couple weeks ago, at the invitation of the president, the vice president, members of the cabinet, and White House staff, a number of mayors were invited to a 4-hour meeting at the White House to talk about our economic plans going forward. In that meeting, I, with their permission, offered an idea that I felt was a triple win. The idea that I proposed to them was advocate a new infrastructure initiative couched in the context of public works, give the local communities the flexibility and the ability to make the decisions about whether they would use those resources to improve our sewer system, our water system, seismic retrofit, or energy efficient buildings. And I said the triple win is as follows. Number one, it would be the largest job developer in modern history with corresponding economic development. That's win number one. Win number two, it has environmental integrity, and it speaks to the greening of our communities, because cities like Oakland and many other cities around the country similarly situated are being asked to absorb greater growth, to grow vertically as a result of the challenges of climate protection, global warming. It makes sense. Transportation efficiency, fuel efficiency, smart planning, and sustainability. It makes sense to reverse the trend out of the cities back into the cities. That's the future. That's the greening of our cities, that's the greening of our state, that's the greening of our nation, and ultimately the greening of our planet. So what I said to the administration was, I get it. Mayors in this room get it. We know what's under the streets. We see many cities with beautiful edifices above ground, but horrifying and frightening realities underground. We also know we lack the resources to invest appropriately in this modern infrastructure. So I said, we get it in Oakland. We know that planning was asking us to go from 400,000 to 500,000 to 600,000. Question, how does Oakland grow that rapidly, those numbers sitting atop a 100-year-old deteriorating infrastructure? If we're going to go forward, we have to go forward on the basis of a sound infrastructure foundation. So win number two is an environmental win. The third win was public safety. What did we learn from Katrina, and what have we most recently learned from the tragedies of Haiti? That is that if we are confronted with a major disaster falling upon us in the context of a deteriorating, aged, and risky infrastructure, you only add to the death, the suffering, the pain, the sorrow, and the tears. And here in Oakland, we sit atop several earthquake faults. It's not whether, it's when. It's a disaster waiting to happen. So I said to the administration, new infrastructure program, perhaps the most significant infrastructure development that we can engage in is the infrastructure that allows the city to grow, and to grow rationally, and to grow strongly. Expand, Mr. President, the definition of infrastructure from bridges and roads to the infrastructure we desperately need in the cities.